Hey, can we start this shit, bro? You are bullshitting, bro. I
Hey,
gotta go somewhere
hey,
soon.
let's start the show. Ben, you ready, bro?
Damn.
Now, I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to start the show with a yo, yo, yo. Shout out my boy Ben, man. Welcome back to the Easy Day Show. Here we go. We got another episode back with my boy Bryce Cotton. I'm Devondrick Walker. And I want to say to the fans, thank you and everybody who kind of enjoyed our show. It was a lot of positive feedback from the very first episode. We obviously got some work to do in terms of the production and stuff like that, but we working. It's fun. It's a journey, and I appreciate everybody sticking with us and kind of grinding through it with us. But BC, you want to say something, about our first episode? I think it was great, bro. You asked me. I'm really happy with what happened, what we did.
Yeah, I mean, piggybacking off of it, like you said, it was our first episode. We got room to grow. We trying to have fun with this. I ain't have a microphone a few weeks ago. I
Upgrade,
got one
upgrade,
now, so
upgrade, upgrade.
we stepping up. But yeah, like when we talked about starting this, man, like we're not trying to push no narratives. We're not trying to be a gossip type of pod or nothing like that.
Yeah,
But it was some stuff I needed to get off my chest. I spoke my truth. However people felt, they felt, but that's not what this is about.
facts.
This episode is more so what we want to be about. We're gonna have fun, we get to be ourselves, and I get to be more lighthearted too because I ain't talking about myself. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to start this up. I ain't gonna front.
Nah, for sure, bro, for sure. So y'all heard that. Let's quote it a little bit. This is not a propaganda podcast. We ain't pushing narratives. We not leaking stories like TMZ. None of that weirdo shit that people love to click. We just use clickbait to get the followers. Now, the people who love us and fuck with us, y'all tune in, man, because we're going to give y'all a little bit of piece of our personality and who we really are, like I kind of alluded to in the last episode. So appreciate y'all for rocking with us if you do. If you don't, we cool on that, man. But let's talk about some current events that's going on right now. Now, game one of the NBA Finals. Let's talk about that, BC.
All right, first of all, I just want to say with Halliburton, man, a lot of people got to fill out their apology forms. And
Including you.
no, 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 no. Anyway, we ain't doing that right now. First, I just think it's crazy how, he had the whatever, he got voted the most overrated player in the league and all this
Yeah.
stuff. And he's damn near having one of the best playoff runs, hitting game winners. And, he's the main reason why the Indiana Pacers in the finals. Like that don't even sound right.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's amazing to watch what that team is doing. To be honest, they're the king of the comebacks. That's for sure. Like if you up on them, that's probably not a good sign for your team. But it's cool seeing the new trend in basketball. If you look at the Thunder and you look at the Pacers, they don't have a lot of like household names. Obviously, you got SGA, but aside from him, that team is deep, probably 1 through 9. The Pacers as well. And it's like I feel like that's the new trend with basketball. The last few championship teams in the NBA have been like that. They kind of stacked from top to bottom rather than being uh like household names and real top heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the same thing in the NBL too. Like, not really to compare it, but you look at Illawarra this year, they were just a great team from top to bottom.
Mm,
And then Tazzy the year before, they were a very, very good team from, top to bottom, and they knew they had to be a team to win. And it's like, if that's where the trend of basketball is going, I'm all for it because it's like real hoop is coming back.
so the super team shit is dead for sure. For sure. Hold on.
Adios.
Before we start talking
Adios.
about, what I mean, the new age era basketball, bro, I seen something funny as hell on Twitter talking about Halliburton, bro. They calling him the Halliban. Like he terrorizing motherfuckers, bro. It's like they got a picture of him, bro, looking like Osama bin Laden, bro. He going
Yeah, I was just
crazy,
gonna say,
bro. Now he going
hey,
crazy. And what's funny about that game, though, bro, like in how you said about how they playing, bro. They was down 15 with 9 to go, and this ain't the first time it been like that, bro. And in the way that they playing, um, I don't think they stop pushing the pace. I normally most teams towards the last 4 minutes, bro, it becomes high pick
hmm
and roll, score out of that, or ISO. Bro, they playing they
hmm
48-minute game to the buzzer sounds, bro. And I've been seeing too many teams, You know what I mean? And we've been
Hmm.
watching hoop for a long time. I ain't seen too many teams play a 48-minute game, like, because most teams, you
Yeah.
got the breakdown at the end. We get the shots we want. We use the clock. No, bro. And I think that's playing in their advantage, bro. That their pace, that they like, yeah, y'all think it's 4 minute, 5 minute time. No, bro. We playing the
Hmm.
same way we playing in the first that we did before. And hold up, hold up. Hey, shout out Ben, bro. Big time OKC fan, bro. He's sick right now. Shout out,
Oh,
shout
hey.
out, Ben. Shout out, Ben, bro. We walked in the studio. He was hurt, BC. Talking about, so yeah, don't talk about OKC. Sorry, bro. Shout out
Hey,
to
like
Halliburton.
that's OD.
Shout out
Hey,
to
like B Hen
Halliburton.
say, get well soon, Ben.
Get well soon. Hey, he gonna be sick if they lose the series. Bro. I swear to God, he gonna be sick. But
Hey, I
kind of,
wouldn't be surprised.
nah, for sure. Well, kind of going back to what you said earlier about how the league's changing, the game's changing, and alluding it back to the NBL. You made a great point about um, the kind of super team type of deal. Now, Illawarra
Hmm.
and Tasmania, the past two champs, bro, have been a solid team, 1 through 10 for real. Um,
Hmm.
got any more you want to kind of elaborate on that a little bit, bro? Just I cut you off a little bit, but fuck it.
Hell with it, hell of a ball game. But no, honestly, that was just those are some of my pickup points from what I'm noticing in the NBA, and then obviously I love to see what's going on in the NBA. How does it compare with the NBL? And I just found that's a very similar trait. But in regards to that team, though, like how you say how they always come back and stuff like that, it's like they play freely, like we not even supposed to be here type energy. So all the pressure is really on OKC. Everybody's expecting them to lose, so them
Hmm.
playing free allows them to make these types of comebacks. And as long as I've been watching NBA hoop, this is probably the first time I've seen a Cinderella team get to the
Cinderella in the
to the
league.
finals like
Cinderella
it's
in the
March Madness.
league.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
So this is
facts.
so it's so cool to see. I love it. You know what I mean? And this is where legends are made in
Hmm.
the playoffs. And I'm not the type of person to throw around, the word legend or nothing like that loosely. But this is the time where legends is made for sure.
So you saying Halliburton a legend?
No, but I'm saying he's making some noise right now to let people know that they had him messed up for
Who
sure.
better, Halliburton or Brunson?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Brunson. We not doing that. But Halliburton's having a hell of a playoff run, but we ain't doing that.
Halliburton
Brunson been
got more
doing this the last
playoff
2, 3 years.
moments than Hall of Famers, bro. In one playoff run, he got more playoff moments than Hall of Famers. How is he not better than
Tell
Brunson?
tell me
What's the
tell
difference?
me one. Tell me one. What Hall of Famer?
Shit, he low key got more than Steph, and that's my favorite player, bro. He got more playoff moments. He got
So he
more.
better than Steph?
No. We not
All
doing
right
that for
then. So I
sure.
don't want to hear that.
Steph and
That's what I'm
Brunson, that's two
saying.
different categories, right? Steph and Brunson, are you serious? What
Jalen
separates?
Brunson scores 40 every other game in the playoffs.
Not good enough. Not good enough, bro. I
Hey,
think I think
give
the
my man some
separator.
help,
I
man.
think the separator, and this is a perfect segue to our next topic, bro. The separator is winning, BC.
He didn't do this
It's
stuff,
winning.
man.
I didn't do this. Oh my no, no, real talk, bro. Winning separates, bro. And when you hitting game winners, you advancing, you're knocking out players that are quote unquote on your level or better than you.
Hmm.
That's our next topic, bro. Winning separates the good from the greats. Now, Halliburton
Facts.
beat the beat the shit out of Brunson, right? He might have been a better player in
Well,
that
come
matchup.
on now.
Nah, in
Come
that
on, don't do
matchup.
that. Don't do that. Don't do that. The
Now,
Pacers beat the Knicks. He was not the better player in the series. Don't do that. Let's pull up the stats if you want to do that. Come on now.
I ain't all the time. I ain't got time for that. Ain't time for that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
respect,
go off what
respect.
I feel in my heart. In my heart, bro, and what my eyes telling me that Halliburton better than Brunson.
You gotta get that hate out your heart. Because everybody know how, well, I know how you feel about Brunson. No matter what he be doing for the last 2 years, I've been trying to tell you about him. You had nothing but
His
hate, even
arms,
when he
his
had
arms,
40 and
his
10.
arms too short for his body, bro. No, none of his shit look right. Like, don't none of his shit look right, bro. His arms Way too short for his body, bro. He pivot too much,
Hey,
bro. Get to it, bro. Get to it. Do what you
you
need to
don't
do.
want you don't want to believe me? You don't want to believe me then,
Do what
right?
you need to do. But like I was saying, bro, winning separates the good from the great. And right now, if you don't agree with that,
Hmm.
which I know you do, Halliburton's a
For
better player.
sure.
Halliburton's a better player. Now, tie it back into, you know what I'm saying, the greatness that you alluded to earlier about how you don't throw it out lightly. Like, is it the same way in NBL? Does winning separate the good from the greats in NBL, or is it just kind of a free flowing? I guess.
I would say if you're really looking at it, yes, the winning separates the good from the greats and some of the greats from that upper echelon room. But like even when you think back to like probably the old school NBL of like 80s and 90s and all that, I probably only hear about three names that are mentioned constantly when you're talking about the top tier of back then, and that's Leroy Loggins, who's
Mm-hmm.
who's the top dog of old school NBL. Like that's the guy that what I've heard and what I've researched. Then you got Gaze, who's Wilt Chamberlain of back in the day. He got all the individual records, fake video game stats. Like that's not going to be duplicated. But then you got Ricky Grace as well. So I've Ricky's done his thing, and I've heard a lot of love about Ricky. Not just in Perth, but just people that have played in the league and watched it back then. So
Mm-hmm.
to really only have three names, that's like upper echelon from back then, that kind of makes sense. You know what I mean? And I don't know who people consider top tier now, in the NBL as far as the 40-minute era. But if you're asking me, probably off top, Golden would be he'd get my vote for sure. I think what he's done, how he's done it, he's crazy. And when he gets hot, good
Oh,
luck.
you already know. I got a question though. So, unfortunately, shout out Chris and United, my boy Jacob, Chance, everybody, my boys over there.
Hmm.
Them losing these two, does that hurt Chris Golding's legacy? Say he gets these last two rings. What does that put him?
Hmm.
I'd have put him at four, right? He had
Hey,
four.
he'd have four.
He had
Hmm.
four. He had four chips. Does that put Chris Golding in a different atmosphere versus than the two that he got, or does it don't matter? He is what he is in terms of
Okay,
greatness and ranking.
I don't I don't think it hurts. I don't think it hurts him. Obviously, winning more championships would have helped. If he had four, obviously, yeah, it's like anybody that even tries to hate, it's like, no, you sound crazy. But
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, he's still got two championships. You know what I mean? So it's not like he hasn't won. So, and I think he's one of only a few people to hit 1,000 3-pointers. And
Yeah.
we see what he does when he gets hot. So. Obviously, more championships would obviously help anybody, but he's still got two. And um, I mean, you look at the praise Gaze has. He has two championships, and he played what 21 years.
Gaze
And
got 7 MVPs or some shit like that too, though, Bryce. That's a whole
but
different
we're
matter.
talking about winning. You know what I mean? So, but that's why I say
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's. But even going off Gaze, that's why I say he's literally Wilt Chamberlain. You couldn't pick a better comparison. Like Wilt got two chips and he got all the individual records. Gazy got two chips,
Yeah,
all the individual records,
yeah.
fake video game stats. Like he is Ozzy's Wilt Chamberlain. And ain't nobody catching the individual stats that he had.
Nah, that's for sure, for sure. Give my boy Chris some love, bro. One of my
Yeah,
favorite players in
yeah,
the NBL, for
yeah.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
Two-time champ, man. Two-time champ.
Can
Shout
we
out
go? Can we
Chris.
go to the league a little bit and talking about how you win matters? Um, Now I've been
Mm,
telling you this since what 2014. Like Steph is the greatest basketball player we ever seen, right? You've known that for about 10 plus years. Um,
that's what you've been saying.
yeah, 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 yeah. Law. anyway, anyway, but just how Steph has had to win is what always made me like ain't nothing like him. Um, because how I said in our previous episode about how like physically, like some players are so great. Physically, they can be like, all right, look, it's enough, bro. I'm tired of
Hmm.
this shit. Let me turn on and let me go crazy. Physically, they start
Hmm.
running, bulldog, free throws, blocks, just everything. They just start taking over the game physically. Now, Steph, bro, got to take over the game with pure ability, bro. So with him winning games, and his ability is shooting, which is so inconsistent. It's just a
Hmm.
natural inconsistent part of the game. And for him to take over games with that skill, to win games at the rate that he does, it's nobody better, bro. It's nobody better, in my opinion, when you start talking about how you win and how you win matters. Like his 4 chips, motherfuckers feel like 10 to me, bro. Watch Terry has one of them. So, what you think about that?
I just love how people love to gloss over the fact that the greatest scorer we've ever seen slid over there for a little bit to help create the Warriors into a dynasty. But
Disrespect.
with Steph though, no, Steph is amazing. I think it's a good segue point. Like, yes, you need to win, but also how you win matters. So, um, the championship that Steph won his first year, that was incredible. It don't matter who was hurt on the Cavs because injuries is part of the
Hate, hate,
game.
hate,
They
hate,
won
hate,
that.
hate, 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 hate.
I just said it don't matter because that's part of the game. But
You ain't have to say
you
that.
go, you go. I do.
You
You
did
gonna ask
not.
me a question?
You
I gotta
did not. You
answer.
did not have to bring up niggas being hurt, bro.
I do. I give context. Ain't
Hate,
this what
hate,
it's about?
hate,
How
hate,
you
hate,
win matters.
hate, 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 hate. Anyway,
Anywho,
yeah.
yeah. So then the following year, you know what I'm saying, you blow a 3-1 lead after having the greatest individual season as a team. Then you go and bring in Kevin Durant. Y'all win 2 chips. Now he caught a lot of flack. Well, the whole Warriors did because everybody knew like ain't nobody finna beat this team. It's the best team we've ever seen in the history of the world. And so there was a lot of flack. And the beautiful thing what Steph did was once, well, the whole Warriors, once Kevin Durant left, they went and got another chip. So now what he's done, it's like you can't say anything because it's like, okay, well, they won before Durant got there. They definitely won while he was there, and then they got another one after. So it's like that final chip iced the legacy of Steph, where it's like there's nothing you can say now. And as much as you say, like, Steph didn't really have a lot of playoff runs and stuff like that, like some of the other all-time greats, that shut up all that noise because it's like, hold up. We won a championship with a team we wasn't supposed to win with. And the Warriors was really a sinking ship at that point, as I've told you. And the fact that Steph was able to snag one more chip on a team that was really heading downward, it's like, bruh, that's an all-timer right there. Now, I know that's your favorite player. You talk about this GOAT stuff, you get a little carried away, but he's an all-timer for sure, and his legacy cemented for what he's done in the game, how he's changed it, and how he's won. So I think that's a good example.
It's
But
Steph.
let's go ahead.
I was gonna say it's Steph. Like if we were to do your NBA all time versus my NBA all time, is Steph on both our teams? Like 5v5, is Steph on your team?
Mine? No,
He not on your team.
no.
Let me hear your five NBA. Let me hear your five NBA.
All right, I'm going with the best point guard to ever play. I'm going
Steph.
Magic.
Whoa.
I got I got Magic. I got I got Kobe, and I'm going Jordan. We're gonna throw Braun at the 4 because he could do that. And then actually, you know what? No, 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 no. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And then give me Shaq at the 5. We
That's
got
solid.
clamps
That's
out
solid.
there and we
That's
got
solid.
buckets.
That's solid. That's
We
solid.
good money.
That's solid. Who the coach? Who coaching that team?
Phil, best coach of all time.
Okay.
He didn't coach half the team anyway.
Yeah, look, let me beat that team real quick, bro. We going Steph, Clay, KD,
You lost. You lost
Steph,
already.
Clay, KD. Give me hold on. Fuck it. Give me Dre and give me shit. Go Will. Let's go Will. Let's go Will.
What's funny is your all-time team, aside from Wilt, that was a real team.
Good. Best team
That
ever.
that,
Yeah,
one
we're gonna
hundred
we're gonna we're
percent.
gonna run that
And
shit
that
how it's
and,
supposed to
and
be.
and that's a part of winning, bro. Like that's a part of winning. Like when you talk about again how winning is done, if you get a chip, you get a chip, but some are harder than others. And like even when you talk about like Magic and them team, that that team was so stacked. throughout the 80s. And like, I don't know how, I think one of them years they won a chip or made it to the finals. They ended up getting the number 2 draft pick and they get James Worthy. Like,
Rigged, bro. Shit was rigged.
you know
Shit
what
was
I mean?
rigged.
Like,
Shit was
so it's
rigged.
like, you got to take into context how people win and stuff like that. So that's why, like, for me, when you're talking about the all-timers, um, I hold Jordan with so much respect. But then even with LeBron, like, yes, he's hopped around different teams and stuff like that and you know, kind of picked his teams. You see how bad those teams are once he leaves them. So it's like you could say what you want, but his value to those teams he goes to, no matter how super they are, they deplete as soon as he goes. So, it's like you got to hold respect with what LeBron's done too.
Okay, hold on.
Plus
Let's.
he hold on, and let me with Bron, like obviously he started the super team trend because he's a trailblazer, but he got the greatest accomplishment of all time in a playoff setting to me of beating the best regular season team in NBA history, being down 3-1 and leading both teams in every major statistical category. Well,
Fake.
we're never gonna see nothing like that again. So like he's crazy.
He definitely fake. You know that game we just played with the NBA, bro? Let's take it to the NBL, bro. Give our fans a little bit of fun. Um, we're gonna go any era, right? Let's not say any era because I ain't familiar with it. But since my familiarity with NBL 2017, let's go your NBL all-time five versus my NBL all-time five. So since you've been part of the
Okay.
league, who you know,
Ooh.
who's your five versus my five? I'll let you go first, bro.
Okay, you put me on the spot. All right, all right. You know what? All right, so it's people I've
Since
played against since I've been in the league.
Yep, since you've been familiar with the league.
We're gonna go. Oh, we're going Miles Plumlee at my five. I'm going. Shout out my man Miles too, man.
Miles
Shout out my
Plumlee
dog
gets a
Miles.
nod, bro. That is crazy, bro.
Go
He,
back and watch the film.
he
But
played
anyway,
he played 12
we going
games, bro.
and we got the bling. We got the bling. What you talking about?
All right,
Anyway,
respect, Miles. Respect.
yeah, yeah. Shout out Miles, man. Yeah, I got Miles at my five. I'm going. Oh, I'm going Casey Prather at my three. I'm going. I'm going. Golden at the two. I'm at the one. Oh, I'm
Who your
tossing
four?
up
Who your four man? Who your
between.
four man?
I'm tossing up between Cooks and Creaky. You know what? Damn, you can't go wrong with neither. You can't go wrong with neither. I'm gonna go. Damn, you can't go wrong with neither, dog. I might roll shit. Either one of them. Either one of them.
Either one.
Either one.
Who your coach and your six man? You gotta have a coach. Who you coaching them and who your six man?
We gonna go with the NBL's Phil Jackson. We're gonna go Trev, and
Dude.
then that's the best. Yeah, that's tier one when you talk about coaching in the NBL.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
my six man. Ooh. Oh, I'm going Scotty. Scotty too hotty coming off the bench. Scotty
That's
Hobson.
crazy, bro. That is crazy. That's crazy. Y'all solid. Y'all solid.
We we may not lose a game.
No, check this team out. Check this team.
I
We
already know.
going.
I already know what you gonna say.
We do. You don't have a clue. We going Lamelo at the point. Yeah,
Okay.
we're going Lamelo at the point. I'm going Chris Golden at the two as well.
Hmm.
Scotty Hobson starts for me. The disrespect you bringing the six man. Scotty starts for me.
No,
We
ain't
going.
no disrespect.
We
Don't do
going.
that.
We going. Jay Sean Tate at the four,
Okay.
and the greatest Australian we've ever seen, Andrew Bogut, at my five. And
Shout
look,
out,
I
Bogues,
ain't giving
man.
none of them old heads this role neither, bro. It's only one man I trust with my team. Jacob Chance is my coach. And my sixth
Respect.
man, bro, because I'm gonna need some nasty dog shit, bro. Give me Damo. I need Damo to fill the gaps for me. I need some nasty dog.
Respect,
Yeah,
respect,
yeah, yeah.
respect. You know, it's okay. So yeah, because that would be everybody in their prime. Okay, I was thinking like from the time I've been in, it's just the older version of Damo. But yeah, I missed out on that. That's a good one.
Nasty. We
That's a good
need
one
that.
with
We
Damo.
need that. We need that.
You, next
Hey,
time you got to clarify the rules, man. You got to be a
hey,
little bit more
cause look, when
specific.
Lamelo bullshitting, his stomach hurt. Damo. Your ankle hurt? Bet. Damo.
Right.
He ain't got no ankle. He gonna hoop.
That's
No
that's
ankle.
crazy. Hey, I ain't laughing at that Damo. That's
No,
him.
look,
That's
Damo
wild.
got no ankle, no knee or thumb. He gonna hoop. He gonna hoop, bro.
He sure is, and he gonna smile the whole way through too.
Hey, since we talking about some legends and who really elite, and we love playing 2K, so it's easy to lose. A lot of people love playing 2K. Who got the most badges out of both teams? Who got the most badges?
Who got the most badges? I gotta remember who you said. Okay, at the time that they there, shit, we do.
Oh,
We
so
badged up.
what individual player got the most badges?
I mean, shit, we know. We
who,
know.
who got the most
We
badges?
know.
I feel like
We
no bullshit. I feel like Creaky got the most badges.
Creaky badged up too. Now,
I feel
what's
like
the
Creaky.
level of the badges?
That's what I mean.
What's the level of the badges?
So the level of the badges, I think you and Chris would have the highest like level of badges. But I think if
You
we
know my
talking about
rule. You know my rule, bro. If it ain't gold and above, I
no,
don't
no,
even
no,
count
no,
the
they
badge.
count, they count, they count. They
Uh,
gotta count. They gotta count. Silvers,
dude,
I
dude.
count silvers and bronze. If
You
we
might as
talking,
well not even have the
hold on.
badge if it's silver and
If we only
bronze.
talking
See,
golds, bro. Shit, motherfucker only got 3, 4 badges running around. It's like
and that's what's gonna get the job done.
them
See,
bronzes come in
you ain't
clutch.
no 2K player. Ain't
I feel
no
like
real 2K player would value a bronze or a silver badge.
need the silver, need the silver. I feel like Creaky got like 40 silver badges, bro, and about 10 golds. Like Creaky can do
Creaky definitely got some
everything, bro.
goals.
He can do everything,
Creaky
bro.
got nah. Creaky got gold. Nah, Creaky badged up for sure.
He badged up.
So like I don't know if everybody understands what we're talking about with badges. But like in 2K, if a player is good at something, like let's say a dude can really rebound, he's gonna have a badge that, he's good at that. And depending on the color is the higher level. So bronze and silver is the lowest. Before this 2K, the highest was golds and purples, but now you got red, which is OD.
This
But
is
I'm just
legendary,
saying
like legendary level.
I'm just saying the preface, how I feel about badges is like it don't even count until it get to gold. So just to give y'all some context on what we talking about.
Okay. Here we go. Since we getting spicy, I'm gonna be since you ain't gotta say it. You and Chris, the only two in that team that got legend badges. You and Chris
Scotty
got some.
might nah Scotty
Scotty ain't got no legend.
Scotty might
He
have
got some
one.
Hall of Fames and
Nah.
go. He ain't got no legend. Legend,
Hey,
legend is like every time automatic fake animations. Like Scotty
hey Scott
Golden Hall of Fame.
Scotty might have a red takeover badge because I think you'd have forgot
So why
when
you bring him off the
Scotty
bench? Why you bring he the craziest, bro? Why you bring him off the bench, bro?
I'm
Casey
on
got
I'm on I'm on this theoretical team. I gotta shoot too.
oh hey, Casey got Reds. Casey Gold Hall of Fame.
Casey got goals and perks for sure.
Yeah,
Perk slasher. He gonna dunk you.
yeah.
Then when he get hot, he got the he got some gold shooting badges. But once he gets hot, they gonna upgrade to purple. So nah, Casey gold and perk.
Yeah,
Casey gold and perk.
I feel like CG got fucking 10 red shooting badges, bro.
He
yeah,
read everything.
yeah.
Like anything shooting red. He
He
might
got.
have he might have one purple, and that's still top tier.
Nah, he crazy, bro. He
Yeah.
crazy. He crazy,
I
bro.
know there's somebody we missing too. I know there's somebody we missing.
Andrew Bogut
Like
Hall of
just talking
Fame.
about great players.
Andrew Bogut Hall of Fame. Everything.
He gonna have
Legend,
what you
legend,
call that?
rebound, box out,
What's the brick wall setting the screens? He gonna have that
brick
for sure.
wall, rim
Block
protector,
shots on 1,000.
everything.
Hold up. Since you want to disrespect my man Miles, Miles got red shot blocker badge. Anything going in that paint, return to sender every time.
We gonna go. We gonna give him.
And
We gonna
go
give
back
him.
and watch the film.
We gonna give him Hall of Fame, and we gonna give him Hall of Fame lob catch or whatever they call that shit.
Bro, just throw it anywhere. He gonna go get it.
But to put him on your all-time team is kind of crazy, bro. To be honest with you, that's kind of crazy.
Okay. So some of those people you named, well, Jay Sean Tate was on that team that we won a championship against, and Miles Plumlee was on that squad. Miles, I don't see you ain't do your knowledge. That's the problem. Back then, when Miles came in, he changed the game for us. Like we was solid all year, but
He
then
did
when
change the game.
Miles came in, he became Duff. And the real ones know what Duff mean when I say that. He became Duff, and we came home with some bling.
So when you start thinking about the
So
five, I'm trying to think about some fives that I remember that was crazy. Sean Long, shout out Sean
was he
Long.
a five or a four?
I think Sean played the five.
Sean was crazy.
I'm thinking Sean. Like,
Sean was
let me see.
crazy.
Let me see. I'm trying to think some crazy fives, bro. For Miles Plumlee to get that nod on your team,
Hey, tell me another one.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think, bro. If I can remember.
Exactly. But you know what? I'm gonna give a shout out. I'm gonna give an honorable mention to my man Gussie. Gussie, whew, Gussie was a problem.
I think this is a little biased. A little biased. Gus better than Joe.
Joe.
Chu, what's his name?
Who is Joe?
Joe.
Oh, Joe Allen Chu.
He better than Joe
Can't go wrong with it. Depends what you want. Because a
to
Chu is a
win, bro.
scorer,
To
but
win. You want to win.
well, I went back to back with Gussie, so oh actually no, I didn't. He wasn't there the third one. I won two chips with Gussie though. So if you going off that, yes, I'm taking Gussie.
So why you ain't putting Jesse in your top? Why Jesse ain't sliding that four spot?
In the four?
I would throw Jesse at the four. You won 17 championships with him.
Yeah, but we already seen this in real life. This is fantasy. I got to put together a fantasy team. I don't want to play with everybody I play with in real life. We got to make this fun.
You talking about fantasy, bro. All right, since we talking
It's a
fantasy,
fantasy
bro.
team.
Since we talk about fantasy, bro, let's go into a segment which we call "Would You Rather," and I got one that's funny as hell, bro. Would you
Oh,
rather?
all right.
Would you rather average 15-5 on a championship team, or 30-5 and never make the playoffs?
Time out. I got to preface my answer. If I've already won a chip, go ahead. Let me average that 30 and 5 so I can be frying. But if I ain't never won one, I need that 15 and
Okay,
5.
hold on. Let me clean it up then. So this your third year in the league. It's breakout
Hmm.
time. You know what I mean? It's you either gonna win, or you gonna get paid. Third year, fourth year, player options. I mean, team options coming around. Are we gonna extend
Yep.
you?
Respect.
Are we winning? What you
Respect.
want? So it's third year. You ain't won shit. Is your answer
Hmm.
still the same?
15 and 5 because if I'm coming out of that contract and I average 15 and 5 and I'm part of a chip, I'm going to get the money and I'm set for life now. Oh yeah, that's no brainer. Give me 15 and
It's
5.
no. It's a no brainer. You going 15-5,
15 and 5, I'm coming off my rookie contract. So obviously if I average 15 and 5, I'm impactful
and y'all win the chip.
as damn near you could be. And we won the chip. Come on now. That's a no-brainer, dog.
Bryce, give me 30-5 every day of the week. I'm getting $700 million extension. 5 years, $700 million. Fuck that
Hey.
championship, bro.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. Once you get when you talking them 100 millions and all that, 700 million or 15 and 5, and maybe you get 200 or 300, it's the same amount of money because you ain't gonna spend
You're not
neither one of
getting
those in your
300. You're
lifetime.
not getting 200 nor 300 with 15-5.
Yeah, all right.
300 is super max, bro. You gotta have average 30.
All right,
You
so
gotta be first,
be
second
realistic.
team.
Be realistic because ain't nobody got 700 million. So
I think
let's
the
just have
largest
fun and talk
contract.
realistic numbers.
The largest contracts all come from first teamers, second teamers, stuff like that. Ain't no
No, so
first
tell me,
team.
tell me a realistic number. Tell me a real, because ain't nobody getting 700 million. So
Five
tell me,
like Book last extension I remember was like a 4 or 5 year 200. Who else just got an
okay,
extension? Um,
so four,
who
five,
would have
two
got?
hundred.
Ain't no.
So
I'm just
okay,
saying. Ain't no 15 and 5 getting 200. You
so
may get
okay, so
120.
let's say with your route, you get 200 million. My 15 and 5, I'm getting at least 85. I might get 100.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
we
yeah.
live in the same life,
Whoa, we
and
not
I'm a
living. Hold on,
champ.
we not living the same life. Cause
We live it,
you know what I
bro.
got? Hold on.
A
You know what
hundred
I
million,
got?
200 million. What?
Now I got a sneaker. I got a signature shoe. I need that shoe. Oh, need that shoe. I got
Yeah,
magazine
yeah.
covers. I'm on the cover of the video game. What else? I got endorsements out the ass. So that 200 is basketball money. I'm finna make 200 off the court because I average 30 and 5. All I gotta do is get some braids, get a tattoo on my face. I'm going crazy.
And what you think I'm finna do? I just want to chip in my third year, all the different
15,
connections and
15
networking
and
I'm finna
5.
have in the city of the team I just won for.
You know who you
What
are?
you think I'm finna get?
You Jordan Poole.
Nah, he left. He left. He went to the Wizards.
I'm just saying I'm saying who 15 and 5. Who won the last chip? You Al Horford.
First of all, Al Horford is in his 50th year in the league.
Hold on.
First of all,
So Boston, who was in their third year, bro, and won? Who was in the year like
first
that,
of all,
contract year?
let's
You
put that into context.
Payton
There's
Pritchard or
not that
somebody like
many.
that, bro.
Can we put it into context or not?
Mm-hmm.
You're just going off people in their third year. But to be in your third year and average 15 and 5, like we probably can't even count on one hand, excluding the Celtics way back in the day, the amount of people that have won a chip and averaged 15 and 5 in their first 3 years in the league.
Okay, so let's talk about the Indiana team. I feel like Nimhard or what's buddy name that hit all the threes last round?
Naismith.
Neesmith.
Yeah.
They're around that 15 and 5 number, right? In their third or fourth year, it's time to pay them, right? If they win a
I don't
chip this
know.
year, I don't know the numbers, but I feel like they're around those numbers, bro. If they win a chip,
Hey, give me that.
they
Yes.
hold on, hold
Give
on,
me that.
hold on.
Give me
Now,
that.
and who averaged Bancaro? Who got more bread? Who finna get more everything? Paulo, bro. Paulo averages 30 and 5. Did they make there's a play in? But
You said not making the playoffs. Don't do that. Paolo was in the
okay, well,
playoffs.
give me a
Don't
team.
do
Who
that.
didn't make the playoffs this year? Who didn't make the playoffs?
LaMelo Ball.
Need it. Signature shoe. They selling his shit in Australia. He going crazy. Commercials. He got
He
a
played.
clothing
Yeah, he
line.
played in Australia. Take
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I'm Lamelo
Champ,
Ball
champ.
before I'm Lamelo Ball before I'm fucking Neesmith every day of the week.
I'm champ and I'm paid. I can
Yeah.
take care of. I can do whatever I want in my life. I can take care of my family, and I'm a champ at the
No,
highest level.
I'm
Yeah,
for
give me
sure. I'm
that.
for sure. I'm for sure.
Give me that. Give me that.
I'm Lamelo Ball every day of the week. 300 mil.
And
Lamelo
guess
with the
and guess
shoes.
what? Guess what? I got a perfect example of somebody that's still living good because he was on the right team.
Who that?
Kenny Smith. We look at him every day talking bullshit every time on TNT, but you know what? He a champ. So it got him through them doors.
What about Charles? Why he
And
in
he's
the
set for
same room?
life.
Why Charles in the same room? That
Because he
30.
funny.
No,
He
because
funny as it.
he a
Okay,
buck.
okay, okay. So using that example. Using that example. We both in the same doors, but I'm still a champion. You not. And we both still set for life. So we winning regardless. Both people winning. It's
Both
just a
people winning,
preference.
but that ain't what the point of Would You Rather. We're gonna go to another Would You Rather right here. Hold on, we got another. We got
That is
another.
the point.
We got
That
another. We
is
got
the point.
the point ain't both of us come out top. Somebody gotta be a loser.
If we ever get into an argument on camera when we talking hoop because we both on TNT, I'm always gonna throw that in your face and you can't say nothing. There's not a door I can't get to being a champion. Like in a hoop door anyway.
Okay, here we go. We got another Would You Rather.
All right, all
Cause
right.
I'm taking 200 mil. Would you rather?
You're gonna be a loser,
Would you rather
nigga.
get cooked by a jump shooter or like slasher, straight line driver? So think Steph or like D Rose? Who you
Jump
rather get
shooter.
cooked by?
I ain't got to think about it. Jump shooter because you can be in somebody's face and they just hitting every shot on the night. You can kind of live with that because it's
Yeah.
like it's good defense, better offense. If somebody getting by you, getting to the rack, that is demoralizing. It's like you feel so helpless out there, dog. And like, shit, you giving me PTSD. I'm thinking back to my senior year of high school. We played this school, Buckeye. They had this dude, I think his name David Banks. Bruh, this motherfucker was throwing up floaters, layups left and right. Couldn't nobody stay in front of him. He might have shot one jump shot. Everything was to the rack. It was demoralizing. Like I thought he was the greatest thing that ever touched this earth. And
Hey, bro.
I don't know how we beat that team, bruh. But like when I tell you everything, he throwing it up over his head, like didn't matter. Count it.
No,
Nah,
no,
give
no,
me
no,
a
no.
shooter.
I
I'd
think,
rather
I
get kicked
think,
by a shooter.
I think I agree. I think I agree with you on that. 100%, I agree with you. And let me tell you why, though, bro. When you watch film like of a game of somebody going off, bro, like blow bys and like getting beat off the bounce, bro, look fucking horrible, bro. You watching Scotty getting cooked off the bounce, dude getting to the rim, he fouling them. Now you can't play, you in foul trouble. And most motherfuckers who get to the rim, bro, they like to flex, they like to talk shit, bark at you. Like I agree with that. Jump shooters more finesse, bro, more finesse. But like somebody getting downhill, getting at the rim,
hmm
no, 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 no. I don't want to fuck with no motherfucker.
But bro, hey, going off that, imagine you in film, right? And this dude been frying you to the basket left and right, and like you in every
Every
clip.
clip.
By the third one, I'm ready to walk out. Like, come on, man. Like we know I messed up. Like let's just cut this. But like it don't look as bad if it's a shooter
Yeah.
and they frying you, but you hear the most coach can say if he a real coach is like, hey, we were playing, we was doing what we needed to do. He was just hitting tough shots, but ain't nothing tough about getting by somebody and making some layups and
And what
dunking.
and what's crazy, you right too, because on a scout, like a shooter scout, bro, it's usually like stay attached, go over all screens, locate and transition, be physical, blah blah
Hmm
blah. So you kind of like those are things you can really control. And in a
hmm
film session, coach can see, oh, you went under, that's why you got hit. You did this, you can fix that, right? But when a motherfucker got a breakdown game off the bounce, like how do you? Coach can tell you like, oh, you gotta back up and give some. Man, this motherfucker coming downhill, coach. But you like ain't no real scout for a driver, bro. Other than what you go under his screens, but then you got
And they
the
gonna,
yeah,
yeah,
then you got the
yeah.
trick. Like they gonna eat up the space. Like okay, now
And they
now
gonna make you feel bad too, because they gonna be like, look, you got your help behind you. You just need to guard them for two dribbles. Like it's that easy. Like,
hey,
bruh, it's like,
motherfuckers
all
get to the rim, bro. They crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Getting cooked by somebody at the rim is the worst because yeah, like I think for me, it's because I'm a foul eventually, and now I can't play. So now I'm on the bench fouling. I'm sorry, I can't get my lick back.
right.
I'm watching on the bench. He's still going crazy. Nah,
Yeah.
nah, nah, nah.
Yeah,
You
no.
don't want you
That
don't want
that
nothing to
that
do
was
with it.
that was an easy would you rather.
Yeah,
Easy one.
but you know, some people who might like. I feel like bigs or like bigs will be like, oh, I'll take a driver because they can contest at the rim and shit. But like I think guards, I
If
don't.
they saying that, there's all right, I'll put it this way. Ain't nobody will say that that's actually been fried by somebody driving them all night. If they've experienced it, they would never say they'd rather that.
Yeah, it's the worst.
They
It's
just
the
don't
worst. It's
know
the
if that's
worst.
what they want.
Especially if a dude got a handle. Straight line
Oh yeah.
drivers ain't as bad as
You
motherfuckers who
got a
hee hee
handle? Listen, I'm
hee hee.
backing up and you just gotta shoot it. You got I'm
No no
not
no no
going.
no no.
I ain't going.
Nah, that's the worst, bro. A driver with a handle? Nah, you don't want nothing to do with that, bro.
And they bark too after every basket, flexing to the crowd. So, nah.
Hey,
Hey
somebody
man,
hit you.
and let's change the topic. You got me thinking about David Banks, man.
Hey,
Let's change the
hey,
topic. I got PTSD.
shout out, David Banks. Shout out, David
Yeah,
Banks.
shout him out, dog.
Hey,
Man.
ABC, I got something, bro, that I've been thinking about for a long time, bro, and it's a topic that I discussed with my massage guy, Edgar. Shout out, my boy, Egg, and it was okay. Hear me out here, bro. I know you got some bullshit to say about it. But hear me out. Hear me
Here
out. Hear
you
me out.
go.
Hear
Here
me out.
you
Hear me
go.
out. Where would a team full of NBL1 imports finish in the NBL ladder? Before you answer,
Only NBL1
hold up.
imports.
Hold on. Let me iron it for you. So all NBL imports, all NBL1 imports. So from each
Hmm.
conference around the country, you get 10 of the best imports in
Okay.
NBL1, right? We got same adequate coaching. You got the facilities. You got everything that an NBL organization will have, right? In terms of the
Hmm.
massages, the food, everything. It's an NBL team, but it consists of
Hmm.
NBL1 level imports. Where would a team full of NBL1 imports finish on the NBL ladder?
Eighth or seventh. If they have a run like Indiana Pacers,
Ooh.
I'll go sixth. I go sixth. Best case scenario, six, but I really want to say like between 7 and 8.
It's 10 teams, right?
10 teams.
So they're not dead last.
Nah, I don't think they'd be dead last. No,
Can I hear your reasons why you position them at 6, 7, or 8, wherever you got them?
because I don't think they'll be dead last, but I don't think they'd have the consistency to be at least middle of the pack either. So that's why I kind of have them
Yeah.
in that range. But again, like that's a good question. And it might be hard for me to answer truthfully too, because I'm not familiar with all the other NBL1 teams in other states. Like I know NBL1 West
Mm-hmm.
pretty well, but I don't know enough of the other talent. So
Yeah.
just gauging off of like using an educated guess, I would say that, but I don't know enough. So I would love to hear your thoughts on it.
Two. I think that's a with the right coaching, certain facilities. I think that's a playoff team. I'm with you around that. I'm gonna say 4, 5, 6 though. I'm gonna say 4, 5, 6.
Or
4, 5, 6. Now hear me out. Hear me out. People might try to kill me for this, but hear me out. The the pros of that team. One, I think the talent, like just individual talent,
Mhm.
from one
Mhm.
to 10 would be a higher overall grade. Outside of the three NBL imports, I think the talent can go either way. So the NBL imports, the three imports would be better than our three best players, regardless, right? So
Mhm.
you can take that three out. So you got that higher end, right? Now, when you go from the next seven on each roster, to me, I think the talent is a toss up from there, right? Now, I also think the depth is a pro for the NBL one team because
Mhm.
any American that's on this team can play some type of basketball. And I'm not trying to disrespect any of the Australian basketball players, but it's a couple at 7, 8, 9. The talent level is kind of low. But you might play
Mhm.
hard. You might have, but in terms of the depth, in terms of the individual ability, I think it'll be higher.
Mhm.
The
Okay, so let me
athleticism,
ask. Yeah,
hold on.
I definitely got a question. I know I'm gonna forget it. Go ahead.
The athleticism will be on par. The team will be able to run and jump. It won't be a physicality issue. And I think this is what takes the team over the edge. It'll be a bunch of guys trying to prove that they belong or can play. So that's why I wouldn't put them dead last, because I don't think they walk into the gym every game like, we fucking suck. We're gonna get an ass kicked. It's gonna be a bunch of guys with chips on their shoulder, right?
Yeah,
So let me hear your question though, before I talk about the cons, because I do have reasons why they could be on the bottom end too.
there's a big difference between coming last and coming fourth. But like I like where you're thinking is at though, like where you talk about the bench and like that kind of where they're able to close the gap from the starters. But that 4 or 5 spot, like I just don't know if their bench is big enough or good enough to close the gap on the starters for at least 5 to 6 teams in the NBL to where it's like they would
Mm.
win more than, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
part
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like and like I think that's why I have like my reasoning for the 7 or 6 role is like think a lot of the games is going to be close. but like sometimes they just may not go their way. But like they will have spurts where they're rolling. But like, yeah, I just yeah. But
Now,
four is crazy. Four is
now
crazy.
listen. This is where this is the cons. These are the cons. I'm not just going pro this because there is some
Hmm.
negative to it. The cons for me, obviously, like in the NBL, because it's only a few American imports that I can name that's played NBL and NBL1. Like Lamar Patterson is one that I can think
Hmm.
of off the top of my head that's playing
Hmm.
NBL1 now. But he would probably attest to this as well. The defense and the windows close. You know what I mean? The
Hmm.
time that you have to make decisions, the physicality, getting through screens, all of that. So the team defense would give the NBL one because they've never really seen that level of execution and stuff before. That'll give them problems, right?
Hmm.
Um, this would be the biggest one for me. Dealing with NBL bigs. That's the biggest. The NBL bigs, whether they're Australian or import, that'll be the biggest issue. The NBL bigs.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
then you also got the egos. So if you get 10 of the best NBL1 players, they'll probably be the man on their team or even in their conference, right? Trying to get
Yep.
all 10 of those guys to buy into roles like, okay, now he's the alpha. You're this, you're this. Like trying to get 10 guys
Yeah.
to put their ego aside and be like, okay, let me play this role. Where you got an NBL, where
Hmm.
you can have 7 role players on the team and everybody cool with that. But on that team, who's going to be
Yeah.
cool with playing a role? Um, it,
Nah, that's a good point.
who's going to be cool with playing a role?
A good point. And yeah, like you know how it goes. We've been in those types of locker rooms just over the years growing up, stuff like that. They would be so horny to prove like
Mm-hmm.
they better than you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Oh,
And
I'm better than
it
him.
could
I
go
see
one
him
way or
on
the other.
TV.
It
I'm
could
better
go
than
one
him.
way or the
That's
other
a
for
fact.
sure.
But on top with you saying that, but if everything go well, motherfuckers buy into their role, they get into the film, they got a good coach who teaches the differences between the NBL level and NBL1.
Hmm.
The talent wise, you put that team together. That's why I say 4, 5, 6. But if all that other shit don't mix well, motherfucker 8, 9, 10, bro, might have to get kicked out the league if you like.
But you get relegated,
You
how they
might have
call
to get
it. But
relegated
like,
because they gonna go 0-28 if none of that
but
other shit. But
you gotta factor in though, like no matter what team, situation, coaches, whatever, nothing ever goes all the way right. So you have to factor in things will go wrong, just like
mm-hmm,
things go wrong for any team in any league.
yeah,
And it's like, will they have the oomph about them
mm-hmm,
to crawl themselves out of that, or are they gonna dig themselves into a deeper and deeper hole? Like that's where my mind goes and stuff like that because ego is a big part of the game in basketball, especially the higher the levels you continue to go, the longer you
mm-hmm.
play. And a lot of people don't realize that. Egos be messing people up
Speak
sometimes
on
more
it.
than talent
Speak
or
on
lack
it.
of.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
You know what I
Um,
mean? But so that would be our biggest
it's
kryptonite.
the ego, right? I think
Ego.
so. I think that
Ego. Woo.
because everybody gonna think it's their time or the man, but there may be pecking order in the preseason. You know how you bust a motherfucker ass in the preseason time and time again, motherfucker fall in line. However it goes. So whoever the guy is, that probably could happen with that team. Um,
Hey, good. But
if
you
not,
know how who go. Hey, the pecking order could be aligned in the preseason. All of a sudden, the script didn't flip come game one.
another topic for another day.
Yeah, yeah. Another day,
Another
another day,
topic
another
for
day.
another day, bro. But since we talk about that, I'm going for 4, 5, 6. They might social media might kill me for that, but I think I'm gonna go
Boy,
four,
it's
five, six.
crazy,
I
but you
think
know
I'm
how
gonna go four,
hard it
five,
is to be
six.
top four.
Yeah, I do. I do. I really do.
Yeah, respect.
And let's. I want to talk about the top tier Australian talent too, because I don't want them to feel any disrespect by this. The top tier Australian talent would be way better than the NBL1
Mhm.
American talent for sure. And that's but the best teams got the best Australian talent. The top 4 teams got the best Australian talent. And that's why they can't go one. I don't think that NBL1 team goes 1, 2, 3 because of that. May sneak 4 if everything goes right, but 5, 6 is more realistic for me.
Okay, I got something for you. Sydney, as talented as they was last year,
Mm-hmm.
they finished fifth, I think. And they got Cooks. Cooks is crazy.
Yeah.
There's no answer for Cooks on
No, 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 no. I
that,
agree.
like on that NBL1 team.
I
No,
agree.
no answer. And that was a fifth place team.
I agree. Who was the Sydney's imports? Got Jalen Adams. Remember Jalen
Jalen
Adams?
Adams. Who else? That's crazy. What's going on with my memory? Oh, you had Cam. You got Cam Oliver.
You got Cam. It was. I think they
Eh,
only rolled with two. They only rolled with two, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah. Jalen and Cam,
That's why they
and
finished fifth.
then
That's why they finished fifth.
and then
That's why they
and then
finished fifth.
and then. Okay, time out, time out. Now let's talk about who finished sixth. Adelaide. That team is crazy stacked.
I wouldn't say.
No,
I
no
wouldn't say
answer.
stack. Wouldn't say stack. Top heavy.
Top heavy. Okay, top heavy enough to where you not closing that gap.
I think when you start talking about the egos, that probably played a factor. But if you talk about roster, I think after the top 4 or 5 on that team, toss up.
Too top heavy. It's too top heavy to make up. And mind you,
I
these are
don't.
these are
I
the
don't.
fifth and sixth
I don't.
place
Hold on.
teams
Hold
we
on. Hold on.
talking
Hold
about.
on. I don't
So
think
you
it's
talk
too.
about
I
fourth
don't think it's.
seed?
I do
What?
not. I do not think it's that. From so the gap between that top 4 or 5 is big, but that next five, you're
Enough.
talking about. You're
Ain't
talking about.
enough.
You're talking about. You're talking about American basketball players.
And you talking like all 10 people is finna play.
Say go 8. Say you play 8. Say you play 8.
Yeah.
Say you play 8. I still think it puts them right there though. Like that's what I'm saying. I think the
Respect.
talent. I think the
Respect.
talent is right there. The coaching and shit is gonna have to play a factor as well.
Respect.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
respect.
Hey, all we can do
You
is
biased.
dream.
You always been biased though.
I just think I got the stripes, bro. Seen them both.
Respect.
Seen them
Hey,
both. Seen them
hey.
both.
Like we talked about earlier, ain't enough badges. Ain't enough badges out there.
Niggas right. Niggas running around with
Hey,
bronze bitches, right? Niggas got some
they
bronze
got
bitches.
bronze and silver. That ain't enough, dog. You need some badges. You need some perps, some gold. Come on now.
You need some bronzes, bro. Nah, I would love to see. I would love to hear what social media thinks about that question, man. So that's going for sure on all social medias. Where would an NBL1 team full of imports
Mm,
finish on the ladder in the NBL?
yeah, I like that. I like that.
I,
That's a
I
good
would
one.
love to hear what people got to say about that, bro. Let's kind of
Forbes,
move. Let's
wow.
kind of
I'm
move on.
sorry.
Let's kind of move on a little bit and just kind of really shift the energy, bro. It's a question I wanted to ask you. What, like, trying to bring it to you? What in your basketball career, bro? Um, Something that you will never ever forget, whether it was good or bad.
Hmm.
Something so memorable to you, bro. Like, no matter how old you are, where you play, who you meet, that memory is gonna be there.
Hey, okay. This ain't. It really don't have nothing to do with the basketball accomplishment, bro. But I lived in Vegas for 1 year, in high school, and we made it to the state championship game. We was up like 12 with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah.
We ended up losing the game. Bishop Gorman, they start, making their runs anyway. It's about 4 seconds left, and they bringing the ball down, and I tried to be the hero and go for a steal,
What's the
and I
score? What's the
fouled
score?
him.
What's the score right now?
It's tied up, and he's literally about 90 feet from the basket, probably 2 or 3 seconds left, and I reach for a steal, like go all out. I ain't never went for a steal like that all year. I don't know why I did it. Fouled him. He go to the free throw line. I think he missed the first one. He hit the second, and we had to launch a full court shot. That shit didn't
Blouses.
go nowhere close. Huh?
Blouses.
Blouses. We lost. We lost. We lost the state championship, right?
Nigga
Man,
sold, bro.
listen.
Nigga
I had
sold.
a homie on the team though. I had a homie on the team. His name was Delron Mims. Bro, we was in PE class probably the next week. And he said, man, he was like, y'all, like me and a couple other guys on the team, he's like, y'all gonna play college ball like when y'all done with high school. I ain't never gonna play ball again when we graduate. He was like, and you took my one shining moment in life with hoop stuff. He was like, for that, I'm never gonna talk to you again.
Hold on, he told you this
When
to
I
your face?
to my face in PE class, mind you, we kick it every day, bro. When I tell you this man didn't say a word to me again, but like still, we however many years, 16 years later, he still ain't said nothing to me. But the craziest part is for my Australian viewers, a basketball championship usually happens in like the end of February or early March. School year doesn't end till May, like late May. I got class with this dude. We hang out like with the same people. We still hung out amongst the same people every day for
Yeah.
the rest of the year, and he did not talk to me
Hold on, bro. So y'all,
ever.
hold on. So y'all could be chilling at the park or something, whatever. Y'all hooping outside. He won't say nothing to you. Dapping everybody else up, everything, all that.
Bro, we could be shooting, right? Like let's say we shooting in PE class or whatever it may be, or we playing basketball, and he want to get a shot. Instead of him calling my name, he might just wait till I look at him, and he just like this,
So he'd
like he
rather
want
not
the
shoot the
ball.
motherfucker than say I'm open.
He never spoke to me again, bro. Now he might relay a message or two. So I had a homie Dro when I went off to college, uh, and I was doing certain things. Like he would kind of tell Delron what was going on, but Delron would never say anything to me. At most, he'd be like, "Oh, you could tell Bryce whatever," but I never heard Delron's voice again directed towards me, and that will always be funny to me. But Delron, I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
can you imagine, bro? Every time you popped up on the TV, he was fuck that nigga, man. I'm off
Hey,
him,
every
bro.
time.
Every time you popped up on the TV, yeah, Bryce God does it again. Fuck that nigga, man. Nigga,
Hey,
fuck my
yeah.
life up, bro.
Hey, it's so fun because I'm telling you, dog, like that was one of my dogs out there,
Oh,
man,
yeah,
at that
yeah,
time.
yeah. Nah, that's funny as hell, bro. Like, I wonder if you pulled up on him, like, just to this day, old as a motherfucker, put up on him. Still run, bro. I never really got to apologize to you about what happened. You think he'll accept that apology, bro, or he'll be off it?
He just gonna look at me and smile and just and walk the fuck off.
Bro, if he walked off, bro, I would love to be a fly on the wall somewhere, bro. I'm a scream, bro. I was scream, bro. I was scream because
Yeah.
that's way too much, man. But um, I kind of want to wrap it up here at BC. I don't know how you feeling, man. I gotta take in some business. You feel me? But I feel like that's a good,
Respect, respect.
yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Soup's hot. You know what I'm talking about? Soup's hot.
I feel that. I feel
Um,
that.
but man, I just kind of want to wrap it up right here, bro. I think this was um, for me, an episode that kind of just get the paparazzi and the bullshit off. Just me and you talking a little bit.
Hmm.
Just kind of setting the tone for future episodes. Just kind of getting off that other nonsense, bro. That people
Yeah.
might think the podcast, you know, what I'm saying, could have been about or whatever, bro. But for the most part, man, this is what it's gonna be. You know, me and you chopping it
Yeah,
up.
this is what it's about. The everyday conversations that we would have off camera, same
Mm-hmm.
things that, everybody would just talk about, just a little bullshit here and there, have fun, hypothetical scenarios, and talk a little bit of real. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
that's what this is for, man. Just have a little fun, safe space. You know what I mean? Show off my waves a little bit. I see I'm still spinning crazy, but
Hey
you know what I
Ben,
mean?
hey
Just
Ben,
have
hey
have a
Ben,
little
hey Ben.
fun.
I don't mean to do that to him. Wherever what camera I need to look at, Ben?
Hey,
Because I'm
hey,
probably
hey,
going
hey, you
crazy.
ain't
Look,
you ain't got
wherever
too
the
many
camera,
you ain't got too many
wherever,
badges today. I'm
wherever,
badged up.
wherever
You
the
see these
camera
ways.
at,
I'm badged up
wherever the
right now.
camera at, man. Um, but nah, just as basic, like you said, bro. Just the conversation that we would have every day. I call you, bro. This is generally what we want,
Hmm.
bro. Once we get guests in here, people want to come holler at us and whatever. It'll be similar. If you rock with us, appreciate you. If you don't, appreciate you too. Leave comments if you don't. Actually, the negativity feeds as well. So just hate on us a little bit. Um,
Thanks. And if there's anything y'all want us to talk about, let us know too.
yeah,
Like
for
obviously there's
sure,
things
for
we want to
sure.
talk about, but I mean we can do whatever. You know what I mean? This is for all of us.
Already, man. Well, look, that's another episode of the Easy Day Show, brought to you by Rec Lab, that boy Pete, brought to you by Podwave, Ben in the gang. He got another guy he work with. I still don't know his name. He's a ghost, but he got to be pretty fucking cool because Ben won't tell me his name.
Hollywood.
Yeah, he Hollywood, but whoever he is, he cool. You know what? I'm gonna shout out Louis too. Louis my guy, but um, that's a wrap, man.
Get
Yeah.
well, get well soon, Ben. Better luck game two.
Shout out.